Good morning, everybody, or hello. I should just stick to hello because who knows from what world you are tuning in to. Hello, my name is Gurpreet Kaur. I am a LinkedIn expert as well as a career coach. Um, by night, I'm a career coach. So today's segment is I want to talk about networking, how to network like a pro to land opportunities. So first, let's see if you can see me. If you can see me, say hello, say hi. Feel free to introduce yourself. It's been a long time since I've done a live. So it's great to be back. It's great to be here with you guys all, engaging with you. So drop those comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from and feel free to introduce yourself. I am having a little bit of technical difficulties today with StreamYard. So I don't think I can read everyone's comments. Oh, come on. Okay, so if you can see me, drop those comments and welcome to Live Group. Yes, TJ, we need to do a live collaboration. So, let me know when you're free. And we should do a collab live on productivity, how to be productive. Okay, so if you can hear me, see me, let me know in the comment section. Introduce yourself. Don't be shy. Say hi. I love meeting new people. So today I want to talk about networking because I think a lot of people, as even me one time, you get intimidated when it comes to networking. We tend to lose all our senses when it comes to networking, and we end up doing networking the wrong way. We don't realize networking can be easy, it can be fun, it doesn't have to be scary at all. Okay. So I want to share some of my networking tips that worked for me. I don't like to call them tips. I'm just going to share what I've done that I've found that has really helped me throughout my career, throughout being an entrepreneur to land opportunities. But the key was that I didn't approach it for um in a way for I want something. And I think a lot of people go wrong with networking, simply the approach, the mindset behind it, the intentions behind it. If you are networking simply because you want something, it's not going to work because the intent is I need something. And that someone can smell that a mile away, right? What we call is energy. The energy you're giving behind your networking will be what people are going to react and feed off of, and their interactions with you, right? So let's talk about networking. And it doesn't matter if you are an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter if you're starting up your business, it doesn't matter if you're a career professional looking for jobs. Networking is something that we all should keep getting better and better at it, and we need to really be, I like to call it being authentic and let it be organic. So it's not about how many people's business cards you can get in a room. So think it was last week. Yes, last week I went to an event and it was called um, Ladies Who Dine. So shout out to who organized an amazing event for women. And it was so amazing. And today I'm wearing this exact outfit that I wore to this event because I want to talk about how how this became the talk of the night. And all I had to do was show up. I went by myself. So number one thing is went by myself to an event. And it's something I put in practice many years ago to really, if I wanted to network, then I can't show up with friends. And I'm not saying you can't, but I chose not to. I chose to go by myself because one, it's very uncomfortable to go by yourself to an event. Number two thing was, because I'm there by myself, I'm going to force myself to speak to someone because I don't have anyone to speak with, right? So last week I went to an event. I wore this exact outfit that you're seeing. The talk was, what really grabbed everyone's attention was this top I'm wearing. So it looks like this, okay? It looks like this. I'm trying to show you guys how it looks like. I mean, I can move my mic. So this top became the center focus. This top became what got everyone's attention right away. And every woman came up to me and said, I love your top. I didn't need to go up to anybody to initiate a conversation. This top became the talk. This top made people want attracted to me to come want to speak with me, just to ask me, oh my God, I love your top. And then it was, can I see it? And then I had to basically take my blazer off, show them the exact top, how I look like. Even when we had to go around the table introducing ourselves, when it was my turn, the host, the first thing she said, and I knew she was gonna do this, because by the time we got in to sit down dinner and we went around introducing ourselves in front of everybody, my top was already the talk. And it made people, so when I had to introduce myself, the first thing she made me do was, she's like, was like, oh my God, first of all, let's talk about your top, how beautiful it is. It looks so amazing. And then she's like, we all want to see it. I had to basically call it, I'm doing a striptease. Basically, I have to take off my jacket to show everyone my top. But in that moment, what I learned was, is something I've actually tell people to do in interviews, is you want to make an impact, right? Leave an impression. And we don't realize how our clothing can actually create that impact. I know when I left that event, my top became the talk of the night, to the point where I left a mark. And like, there was, I don't know, 50 ladies maybe. I think there was 50 of us. I know every single woman now knows my name and knows who I am, simply because of my top. So when we go to events, if you're going to events, go with the mindset, with the intention to want to speak to somebody, right? But how we dress, we can grab that attention. It can be as simple as, I love my necklaces. I love jewelry. I've even used my jewelry as the attention grabbing thing, that first thing someone sees is that my necklace, for example. This time I paired it with this top. And the top was what was grabbing everyone's attention. Mindful that I didn't know that it was going to be a huge impact, right? So dressing is a key to also when we go to an event. How you dress yourself can really draw people into speaking with you. So get playful, get creative. I know a lady I met at the same event last week said to me, when we're talking through, when we were all eating dinner, she said she actually picked up this beautiful dress, colorful, and she was going to wear it tonight, but then her inner voice, like her insecurity started speaking, fear started speaking, that maybe it might be too much, or maybe it's too playful, too colorful. And at that moment, she chose to dim her light, and then she wore black and white and came. But when she saw me, she's like, oh my God, I should have just worn. I'm like, yes, never dim your light, never underdress yourself. Be true to who you are. So if you are like me, love to dress it up. Don't dim your light, dress and go. Okay. Don't dim your light for anybody. Be playful, be you, be organic, and be willing to speak. Now, when we go to events, I didn't take a business card at all. I don't even have a printed business card. I'm all about digital technology. But reason why is also because I don't want to hand out my business cards. I actually believe in being present and really engaging in conversation. And then if that conversation is making an impact to both parties, we would naturally organically lead to, hey, give me your number. Hey, let's connect. And that's what I did. I had 3, 4 ladies that I really bonded and connected with in the 2, 3 hours that we were at this event. And we exchanged numbers, we exchanged contact details. You don't need a business card to go to a networking event. I think a lot of time people are making mistakes is they're going to networking events only to just hand out uh, as many business cards they can. But the thing is, does anybody remember you at the end of that night? Can that business card, when someone opens it maybe a week or 2 weeks later, remember who you were? So it's really important that we really be intentional with our networking when we're going to, actually, even if it's an online networking, to be intentional with your networking. Number two thing is, now let's speak about networking. LinkedIn, how to network using LinkedIn. So let me take a pause for a second. I see all these comments coming through. Keep up with the comment. If you have a networking thing that worked for you, share it in the comment section with all of us. Let me know in the comment section, what is something you've implemented when you went to a networking or through networking that worked for you? Let me know in the comment section. So share your advice and your tips or gimmicks or hacks, whatever you want to label it, that worked for you through networking. Now let's talk about networking. So that's an event. So how do we leverage online networking to our advantages? So let's take LinkedIn, for example. Now, if you're going to want to network with somebody through LinkedIn, number one thing to do is, especially if someone's writing content, engage with their content. Start writing comments. I have met some great human beings simply through me engaging with their content and they're engaging back with me on my content. And I think that's one tool that doesn't get utilized a lot, is the power of commenting to then further that relationship with somebody. So networking isn't just traditional way of networking. You can network with somebody because you love their content. You love what they're posting. Start writing those comments and become visible to the eye of the author, right? And then maybe the next step is to nurture that relationship to the point where you can message them and say, hey, Gurpreet, say that you're messaging me. Hey, Gurpreet, I really love the post. Tell me about the post and tell me how it moved you or impacted you, inspired you. What kind of impact did my one post made on you? That will really go a long way of really building and nurturing those relationships. I think one of the key elements a lot of people don't do with networking is nurturing the relationship. It's not how fast you can network, it's make an impact, build that relationship, nurture that relationship to, or also do it organically and be authentic. Authentic means being yourself. Don't force something to happen, make it happen organically by being yourself. Networking isn't about seeking something or desiring and wanting something. We all have wanting something, but if you just be intentional with your networking, my networking mindset is I want to make friends. That's why I don't use the word networking. I call it making friends. That's why I do show up alone by myself, go alone to events. I will go alone because my whole mindset is I'm going to meet wonderful human beings and and I'm going to leave with at least 2 people being my friend. That's how you network. Make friends, make genuine connections, be truly interested in them, to wanting to know them. And that's what online can do for us, like social media. You can use LinkedIn by engaging with people's content. Don't do copy and paste templates for networking. I think that's the worst way to network, is to use templates to just copy and paste. And I see this every day when people are reaching out to me. They're copy and pasting some generic wordings they got from the internet, and they're just copy and pasting and sending to me. For example, oh, I was really, really impressed by your profile. And I always ask someone, okay, what really interested you about my profile? And it's always, then this gets stuck in the track, and then it's like, oh my God, let me go read her profile. And then it's like a 2-second glimpse, and they're like, oh, I like how you are a queen of hidden job market, or oh, look, I was impressed that you were named top 15 LinkedIn expert, right? So it's still not genuine. It's not really genuine. You're just telling me something without putting any effort into really understanding why were you impressed by my profile, right? So organic, being organic means that, and being genuine really just simply comes down to, if you're going to message someone on LinkedIn, don't send a generic message like, I'm so impressed by your profile, but take the time to really read their LinkedIn profile. Some people spend hours building their LinkedIn profile, just like me. I've spent hours putting my LinkedIn profile together and constantly building on it and reworking, rewriting. It's there for you to get to know me. It's there for you to read and build a connection with me. But if you are not taking the time to read what's written on my LinkedIn profile, simply just seeing a couple of words on my LinkedIn profile and then say you're impressed by it, inspired by it, but really you're not, it will show in your communication when I say, hey, okay, what inspired you? So we can land opportunities through networking if we're making it into a transaction versus really focusing on being genuine, really focusing on, I want to make friends, and our approach needs to be organic and let the conversations flow, but don't use generic wording. I'm really impressed, when you can be impressed by reading someone's LinkedIn profile, but then take a moment and ask yourself, why are you impressed? First, ask yourself these questions so that you can then, when you do message, when someone asks, okay, what impressed you, you don't even need to say, you know what, your profile impressed me. When you know why you're impressed by somebody, now you can message and say, you know, when I came across your LinkedIn profile and I started to read your LinkedIn profile, you mentioned, and then copy paste what really inspired you, what words or the wordings or the story they were telling them about themselves. Like mine says, I'm a domestic abuse survivor on my LinkedIn profile. If you actually go to my LinkedIn profile in the about section, you'll know that I'm a domestic abuse survivor. But no one ever, whoever messaged me say they're inspired by me, has actually touched on that piece. Why? Because they didn't read it. You'd be amazed on what you can find when you actually take the time to read someone's LinkedIn profile and then use uh, that information to start as an icebreaker. Okay? And that alone is so powerful. So it's not about 100 connections or sending 100 LinkedIn connection requests, but it's just really being genuine and being intentional with your approach, and also taking the time to read someone's LinkedIn profile. So read the LinkedIn profile and then genuinely ask yourself, you know, has this person's story about them has really inspired me, moved me in any way? And then ask yourself why, the why, because the why will become now your initial ice-breaking message you send to them, and now it's going to be really personal because it's coming from the heart. Networking is all about coming from the heart. Add the heart into your networking, and I promise you, when you add the heart to the networking, it will become so easy. because those relationships are coming from the heart, and anything that comes from a heart moves people. It drives people to want to connect with you. When something is not from the heart, everyone can smell it miles away. So don't rely on copy paste networking stuff from LinkedIn, from internet, but really approach it from your heart and really be interested to genuinely want to speak and get to know somebody. And LinkedIn gives us that snippet. That's what social media is so great, is that we can really just first take the time to get to know somebody through their content, through what they're pumping through social media, and then use one of their content or post or videos that really spoke to us, really touched our heart, and then message from that. Like, that video that you posted about X really touched my heart. It spoke to me, and this is how it spoke to me. And that person, I guarantee you, will respond to you. So networking isn't about opportunities, but when we focus on building those relationships, genuine relationships, they will naturally, organically open doors for us. Unlimited opportunities can start coming our way, but that's because we're not focusing on I want something. We're just focusing on being ourselves. We're focusing on being real. We're focusing on speaking from our heart, and we're focusing on building that relationship because we genuinely just really want to be in this, around this person's presence. Let me know if that's making sense, if it's resonating with you. Tell me in the comment section. Tell me one thing you did in your networking approach that worked for you. Tell me in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have something you did that really turned into, becoming friends with somebody. Let me know in the comment section. Let's hear from you guys. Let's hear from the audience on what has worked for you when it came to networking. And I apologize for the tech difficulties I'm having today. It's not the internet. It's, for some reason, it's like my mouse or clicking is not working. There's some kind of a issue, guys. I'm so sorry, but drop your comments. I can still read them, even though I can't highlight them on the screen. But tell me one thing you did that really worked for you when it came to networking. Share your networking story. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't see any comments coming through. So how to become a pro in networking? Number one step is mindset. Have a mindset that you want to make friends, okay? Approach networking from I want to make friends. Number two, if you're going to go to a networking event, try this. Go by yourself. Go by yourself. Don't take a friend. Go and pick a small event where it's not about going to big events and saying, oh my God, I'm gonna give out all these people my business card, but go to a smaller event. Maybe it's 20 people, 10 people, 20 people, maybe 50 people, and go by yourself. This will force you to speak to a couple of people. Okay, so go to an event by yourself. Just make an impact. If you're going live, play around with your outfit, play around with put something on your body that would draw attention, that would grab attention in less than 5 seconds, right? As I shared, I wore this top that I'm wearing today right now, and this grabbed everyone's attention, and people were drawn to come and tell me, I love your top. Like, that was the first thing people were saying. I love your top. It became the talk of the night, and I met so many great woman to this event. Simply them coming to me. I didn't have to approach anybody. Everybody approached me because of my top. Number four thing is really focus on genuinely wanting to get to know somebody. If you're using social media, then spend some time to connect with their content, write comments on their content, and really focus to getting to know them through their content as well as what they've written in their bios or about section on, be it LinkedIn, be it Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and and then approach them, message them privately about a piece of content that really moved you, really impacted you, and spoke to your heart. So approach networking from your heart, and I guarantee you'll be successful. Okay, so thank you. That'll be my segment. I'm so sorry I'm having technical difficulties and I can't navigate the chats. I can't highlight the comments, and so I apologize about that. And hopefully next time I live, it'll be better. If you love my advice, if you know what I said has helped you, let me know in the comment section. Tell me how what I'm saying is helping you. What tips have you used that has helped you in the networking? And let's keep the conversation about networking going in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye. This is what I mean by technical difficulties.